Good morning and welcome to Modern Living with Dr. Angela. I am your host, Dr. Angela Tester. My guest today is Mounina Ali, and we are talking about her book, Receiving the Healing Gifts in MS, My Journey from Separation to Union After a Diagnosis of Multiple Sclerosis. Now, of course, it's available on Amazon. I always bring you authors that you can quite easily use your Prime delivery service on. But guess what? It's also available in Kindle. So now that we are all enjoying our time home, you can not only download a book, but you can also read one that might not only help you with what you're going through, but help someone that you love. So let's go on and bring Mounina onto the line. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Good morning, Dr. Angela. So nice to be here with you this morning. Thank you for having me.
Oh, of course. With everything that's going on in the world right now, it's nice to hear of a success story of someone who has battled, been in battle and is successfully dealing with their health issues. So I want to ask you, first of all, before we get started, because there may be someone who has never heard of MS, that doesn't know what multiple sclerosis is. Can you let our listeners know what is that? How does it affect you?
Yes, of course. MS is an autoimmune disease. So it's my own immune system attacking my nervous system. It can affect anything. So it's very personal to each person. Every person is different.
Yeah.
But this is the idea.
Okay, so each person is different. I gotcha. And I think that's so important to say because many people will say, well, I know someone who has it and they seem to be fine. And someone else can say, I know someone who has it and they're almost debilitated. So, okay, each person is different. Thank you for that clarification. Now, what made you decide that now was the time to share your story?
Awesome question. Thank you for that. Because when I realized, actually one life told me that this is actually a gift, a healing gift, I had to share this love with others. I could not keep it for myself. It's for all of us. So we can all receive the gift that is hidden in this diagnosis. Terrible diagnosis, but most precious gift.
I love
Yes.
your perspective on that, and I totally understand what you mean because as a breast cancer survivor, it was quite shocking. It kind of hit me in the face to find out that what I thought was true was actually true. And during an interview, someone asked me, did you ever think that you would get this? And I said, well, I'm not special. I'm no more important than anyone else. And this is an opportunity to share what I did and how we were able to get through, talking about, my family and all of that. So, yes, ma'am, I applaud you for sharing your story because someone needs to know what you are doing, and it will definitely encourage them and inspire them to keep going as well. Now, when you wrote the book, and I understand that you're talking about your journey, but for someone who may be saying, I don't have it, I'm not going through it personally, but I have a loved one or a friend or family member that is your book good for them to read as well?
Actually, my book is perfect for the time we're going through today. It's good for everybody because let me share with you the two main lessons that I learned from this journey. First of all, that love is inside each of us. I have been a hermit for years, so now this period is not different for me. I know what it is to be alone, but I found out that love is inside me. I don't have to go looking for it. It's already here. So this is very precious to know. We can be home and in love. This is awesome to know. And also that it's very important that we can choose our thoughts. We are not victims of our thoughts. I could be home thinking about paradise. I could be home thinking about hell. It's my choice. This is very powerful tool that I learned from this journey. I need to share this with all of you because we are all so powerful and precious So may it benefit you.
You know, I just love. I love it when authors are, you know, really open and they're willing to share, because you never know what part of the story is going to encourage one of your readers. And you're so right with everything that's going on right now. We all need to have a little bit of inspiration and know what we can do. Now, when looking at your bio, I love it. You are a mathematician, and it says that you were completely asleep to your life when multiple sclerosis came as a huge wake-up call and woke you up, and that you were in denial for 3 years, but the disease became worse and far too much to handle, and then you decided to take control and surrender to life. Now, there's a few questions in there that I want to ask, and that is, you were completely asleep to your life. What did you mean by that?
It's amazing. I was completely unconscious, meaning I was not aware of my thoughts. I didn't listen to my dreams that night, to my synchronicities in my life, to my emotions. I was not listening to anything. I was just asleep. I don't know what I was doing. I was sleeping. I was sleepwalking. I was like a zombie. I was dead in a way. So I'm very happy that this came to wake me up. Now I am alive and in love with life.
I love that you were kind of like just sleepwalking through your life. And I can imagine that right now someone is nodding their head saying, yeah, we were all just on that rat wheel, just going around and around and around and just doing the same thing day in and day out, and not really appreciating the gift of life that is before us. I totally get that. Now, when you say that you let go of control and surrendered to life, I can see someone going, surrender to your life? So I have to ask, what did you mean by that?
I mean, let go of control. I don't control nothing. Nothing that goes on outside, I have no control. So to surrender to life knows what she's doing, even though it may sometimes look like, what is this disaster? But she knows. So we can trust her. We can trust her higher power. Life, God, however you want to call it, life knows. So to surrender to her, to let her lead the way, not stop to lead the way, or imagine that I'm leading the way. No, stop that. This is an illusion. I'm not leading. I am not leading anything. Life leads. I follow. I surrender to her.
Now, of all of the things that you do, not only are you an author, but you're also a speaker and a life mastery consultant. How have you found that by being a life mastery consultant that you have been able to help people along their path, along their life journey?
Well, all these lessons that I learned, I want to share it with other people that are looking for some empowerment. It's my privilege to help people unveil the power that is within them.
Do you think that many people forget that they have power within them? Do you think that they forget that they are more than just whatever their job is, whatever titles or labels that we put on people?
I think most people are like I was. We just don't know. We weren't taught that. I didn't know all that. No, I didn't know anything about this. I learned that through the very hard way. Now I want to share it because it's so beautiful. Yeah.
You know, it's so interesting that you say that, because I find that so many times when I'm doing a workshop or a seminar and we're talking about walking in purpose, that so many people just don't know what their purpose is or how to walk in it. They may feel that they are supposed to do something, you know, in this life, but they just don't know how to do it. They don't know how to get started. But you're right. I have so many more people are saying, I just don't know what to do. I just go to work, or I spend time with my family, I go to church or whatever, but I don't really know what to do with my life. You're really onto something there, and I think that people do definitely need that direction. Now, with again, all of the things that you're doing, be it that it's as an author, as a speaker, or as a life mastery consultant, I love that you are about bringing a consciousness and awareness, a transformation to the masses. Do you have any words of wisdom? We have about 2 minutes left in the show. Do you have any words of wisdom that you would like to pass on to our listeners before you go?
Of course. First of all, I really appreciate your wisdom, Dr. Angela. It's beautiful what comes through your mouth. I love hearing you speaking with you. So thank you for you. I have one word of advice, if I can say that, is to listen to life. Listen to life. She knows. So if we listen to her, we're going to hear our purpose, what is our next move, how we can help, what can we do. But listen to life would be my advice.
Well, Nuna, if you could please, before you go, can you remind everyone what is the title of your book, where can we pick a copy up, and how do we stay in contact with you?
Yes, thank you. My book is called Receiving the Healing Gift in MS, My Journey from Separation to Union After a Diagnosis of Multiple Sclerosis. It is on Amazon, available in paperback and Kindle. I have a website also with more information of what kind of coaching I offer, what do I do, what I am about. I am about changing the perception about MS. MS is not what we think it is. It is a gift. I'm going to share this with people. Thank you, Angela. Dr. Angela.
You are so welcome. And Mounina, may you continue to, operate and walk in your call and in your purpose and continue to help others and be that shining light that is just in a world right now, especially that we're dealing with a sense of darkness. So continue to shine your light, and thank you so much for being on with us today.
Well, thank you, Dr. Angela. It was my pleasure and my privilege. Thank you so much.
Listeners, it is time for us to take a very short break, but don't you go anywhere. We'll be back right after this.
Being with Infants by Montessori teacher trainer and world-renowned child specialist Beverly Kovach is finally on DVD and digital download. The long-awaited 3D disc set is essential for any new parent, grandparent, or infant caregiver wanting respectful relationships with infants and their care. Being with Infants is broken down into 20 easy-to-digest video lessons, complete with demonstrations. Everything from diapering, feeding, the proper way of picking up infants, sleep, crying, environment, play, weaning, and much more are covered. Being with Infants is available on DVD and digital download at Walmart, Target, Barnes & Noble, and Amazon. Order today and be sure to follow Being with Infants on Facebook for free bonus content.
Before we leave today, I want to again give a shout out to our top 5 listening countries, as I always do. Number 1 is the U.S. Number 2 is the Philippines. Number 3 is Australia. Number 4 is the U.K. And number 5 is Canada. May you continue to listen in, but may you continue to operate in your calling and know that we are all connected. And during this time, I pray for each and every one of you out there. May you continue to have great mental health and do it with a good book. Until next time, everyone. Bye-bye.